Time quasicrystals. Time quasicrystals (TQCs) represent a groundbreaking phase of matter that extends the concept of quasicrystals into the temporal domain, exhibiting unique, non-periodic oscillations that defy traditional notions of time and symmetry. Unlike conventional crystals and even standard time crystals, which feature periodic patterns in time quasicrystals maintain long-range order while displaying complex aperiodic dynamics. This distinctive behavior emerges from the spontaneous breaking of time translation symmetry, allowing TQCs to oscillate through various states without repeating patterns, thus leading to an intricate interplay of multiple temporal rhythms. The significance of time quasicrystals lies in their potential applications across diverse fields, particularly in quantum computing and advanced materials science. Their inherent stability against perturbations suggests that they could serve as fault-tolerant qubits, enhancing the coherence times of quantum information systems and paving the way for more efficient quantum operations. Furthermore, TQCs may play a critical role in the development of precision sensors and novel energy storage solutions, thanks to their sensitivity to environmental changes and their ability to minimize energy dissipation during operation. Experimental realizations of time quasicrystals, notably achieved by researchers at Washington University in St. Louis, have marked significant advancements in condensed matter physics. These breakthroughs utilized microwave pulses to induce the formation of TQCs in a diamond substrate, highlighting the feasibility of systematically creating these novel structures, thus transitioning them from theoretical concepts to practical applications. As research progresses, time quasicrystals are expected to inspire new theoretical frameworks and technological innovations, further illuminating the complexities of quantum systems and their emergent properties. In addition to their scientific implications, time quasicrystals provoke philosophical inquiries into the nature of order and coherence, challenging conventional understandings of time-dependent phenomena. The exploration of TQCs promises not only to enrich the fields of quantum mechanics and material science, but also to offer insights that transcend disciplinary boundaries, potentially reshaping our comprehension of both physical and abstract systems. Time quasicrystals represent a fascinating extension of the concept of quasicrystals into the temporal domain. A quasicrystal, by definition, is a structure that exhibits long-range order without periodic repetition, characterized by ordered atomic arrangements that lack translational symmetry. In contrast to traditional crystals, which have repeating patterns, quasicrystals can fill available space in a way that is deterministic yet aperiodic, often exhibiting symmetries forbidden in classical crystallography, such as five-fold rotational symmetry. The introduction of time crystals builds on the properties of these aperiodic structures, where the atomic arrangement not only defies spatial periodicity, but also features time-dependent behavior. Unlike standard time crystals, which maintain a repeating pattern in time quasicrystals do not repeat in their atomic configurations as they oscillate through various states. This leads to a unique vibrational behavior, where different frequencies emerge due to the non-repetitive nature of the structure. Historically, the exploration of quasicrystals has led to significant advances in material science, revealing new avenues for understanding stability and self-assembly in solid-state physics. The discovery that some quasicrystals are thermodynamically stable further underscores their importance in both theoretical and practical contexts. As research continues, time quasicrystals promise to deepen our understanding of emergent structures governed by local constraints, with implications for both physical and linguistic systems. Let's look at some properties of time quasicrystals. Time quasicrystals represent a novel class of quantum systems that exhibit unique properties distinct from both traditional crystals and conventional time crystals. Unlike standard time crystals, which display strict periodicity in their oscillations, time quasicrystals lack exact periodicity while maintaining long-range order. This characteristic arises from the spontaneous breaking of more complex time translation symmetries, leading to a rich and intricate dynamical behavior that allows for multiple temporal rhythms to coexist simultaneously. The structure of time quasicrystals can be compared to that of traditional quasicrystals, which are known for their long-range ordered yet aperiodic atomic arrangements. Just as quasicrystals demonstrate symmetries that are forbidden in classical crystallography, time quasicrystals operate under non-standard temporal arrangements. They manifest stable oscillations that can theoretically persist indefinitely, resembling a clock that does not require an external energy source for its operation. This resilience is a notable feature of time quasicrystals, as they exhibit robustness against perturbations in experimental parameters, further differentiating them from their conventional counterparts. The oscillatory behavior of time quasicrystals is governed by complex feedback mechanisms that result in quasi-periodic phases rather than strict periodic patterns. This leads to dynamics characterized by incommensurate oscillations, which are a fundamental aspect of their operation. In contrast to traditional time crystals that achieve periodic temporal order through frequency locking, time quasicrystals do not benefit from such locking, resulting in a more complex dynamical regime. The study of time quasicrystals has significant implications for our understanding of non-equilibrium dynamics in quantum many-body systems. As researchers explore these unique structures, they are expected to uncover deeper insights into the nature of quantum states and their potential applications in various fields, including quantum computing and materials science. The exploration of time quasicrystals also raises interesting philosophical questions about the nature of order and coherence in systems that do not adhere to conventional forms of repetition, suggesting new directions for both theoretical and practical inquiries in the realms of physics and beyond. The experimental realization of time quasicrystal marks a significant breakthrough in the field of condensed matter physics. This innovative research was spearheaded by physicists from Washington University in St. Louis, Washington U, who successfully utilized microwave pulses to generate a time quasicrystal within a diamond substrate. Their approach involved bombarding a diamond with nitrogen beams, which created vacancies by displacing carbon atoms. The electrons then filled these vacancies, resulting in the formation of a time quasicrystal, a new phase of matter characterized by its repeating patterns in time. The methodology employed by the WashU team was both precise and systematic. They designed their experiment around the Advanced Colloids experiment with temperature control AST9, allowing researchers on Earth to control the speed of quasicrystal formation by simply adjusting a dial. This controlled environment was critical, as previous discoveries of quasicrystals were largely serendipitous. The introduction of deliberate methodologies offers a new framework for producing advanced materials that could have practical applications. The experimental setup involved the use of a microwave laser, which was directed into a millimeter-sized piece of diamond. The team coordinated microwave pulses to initiate periodic rhythms in the diamond's nitrogen vacancy centers, thus inducing order over time. The precision of this technique represents a notable advancement in the engineering of nanostructures and the manipulation of quantum events. showcasing the ability to create desired materials at the atomic level. The implications of this research are profound. By shifting the focus from chance-based discoveries to methodical creation, the WashU team has opened up new avenues for quasicrystal applications, potentially transitioning them from theoretical concepts in laboratories to real-world uses. Professor Marr's findings were highlighted in the scientific journal Nature Physics, emphasizing the importance of this research in advancing our understanding of quasicrystals. The ability to create time quasicrystals could lead to new materials with unique properties, paving the way for innovations in various fields such as material science, electronics, and quantum computing. Time quasicrystals, TQCs as we're going to say for short, represent a novel phase of matter characterized by periodic structures in time rather than in space. They emerge from the principles of non-equilibrium physics and are influenced by the dynamics of quantum many-body systems. TQCs exhibit time translation symmetry breaking, which allows them to maintain a stable oscillation in time without a corresponding spatial periodicity, thus distinguishing them from traditional crystals that possess regular repeating spatial patterns. The theoretical framework surrounding time quasicrystals often draws parallels with spatial quasicrystals, which are non-periodic structures that still exhibit long-range order. This analogy posits that both systems can be understood through the lens of local constraints, giving rise to global coherence, just as quasicrystals form intricate patterns through local interactions without repeating. Time quasicrystals manifest a form of order in time that is governed by similar local dynamics, albeit in a temporal dimension. In the context of TQCs, the coherence observed is not a product of traditional periodicity, but arises from local interactions among quantum components. These interactions can lead to phenomena such as prethermal states, where the system exhibits stable time-dependent behavior before reaching thermal equilibrium. This unique property is critical for understanding the dynamics of TQCs and their potential applications in quantum computing and other advanced technologies. The study of time quasicrystals sheds light on the interplay between quantum fluctuations and emergent temporal order. Researchers have observed that TQCs can form in systems where the classical dynamics closely resemble their quantum counterparts, suggesting that certain classical behavior may be intrinsic to the stability of these time-ordered phases. This observation is pivotal for developing a comprehensive theoretical framework that bridges classical and quantum mechanics in the context of time-dependent systems. To assess the properties and behaviors of time quasicrystals, a notion of structural evaluation has been proposed. This framework examines how effectively the dynamics of a system propagate constraint, variation, and order over time. By focusing on the structural characteristics of TQCs, researchers aim to refine existing methodologies and enhance our understanding of coherence and generation within these systems, paving the way for new avenues of inquiry in the study of both time and space-based quasicrystals. Time quasicrystals, a novel phase of matter, exhibit unique properties that hold promise for various applications in advanced technologies, particularly in quantum computing and sensing. Their ability to oscillate without energy dissipation opens new avenues in energy storage and memory systems. Time quasicrystals have the potential to revolutionize quantum computing by providing fault-tolerant qubits. Their inherent stability could reduce the frequency of necessary error corrections, as information coded in the time crystal mode is naturally resistant to small perturbations. This resistance to noise enhances the coherence time of qubits potentially allowing for more complex calculations and operations to be performed efficiently. The possibility of using time crystals as a form of quantum memory is particularly compelling, as they could store quantum information in a robust matter, making them valuable for scaling up quantum systems. Furthermore, time crystals could act as stable quantum registers, maintaining qubit states during idle periods and thereby minimizing decoherence. Researchers are exploring ways to integrate time crystal principles into quantum computing architectures, such as using them to stabilize entangled states during computations. The extreme sensitivity of time quasicrystals to environmental factors makes them ideal candidates for precision sensors. Their fragility can be leveraged to develop highly accurate sensors that respond to subtle changes in magnetic fields or other external influences, thereby enhancing measurement capabilities in various scientific and industrial applications. Additionally, their oscillatory nature may contribute to the development of advanced atomic clocks, which require stable and precise timing mechanisms. Another speculative application of time quasicrystals lies in the realm of energy storage. The potential for time crystals to operate as quantum batteries, storing energy in quantum states with reduced loss during charge and discharge cycles, could lead to more efficient energy systems. This concept envisions time quasicrystals functioning as self-sustained AC power sources, providing energy with minimal dissipation as long as they remain in their stable oscillatory state. The exploration of time quasicrystals in Rydberg atomic systems presents numerous opportunities for advancing both theoretical and experimental physics. As researchers delve deeper into the implications of time translation symmetry breaking in driven quantum systems, future studies are expected to focus on several key areas. One significant avenue for future research is the investigation of symmetry-constrained non-equilibrium dynamics. This entails examining how specific symmetries influence the behavior and stability of quantum systems when subjected to external driving forces. Understanding these dynamics can enhance the ability to predict and manipulate quantum states in TQCs, potentially leading to the discovery of new phases of matter and novel quantum phenomena. Another critical area of study will be the role of long-range interactions in stabilizing time quasicrystal phases. Current research has laid a foundation for exploring how such interactions can affect the phase structure and dynamics of driven quantum systems. By examining these interactions, researchers may uncover mechanisms that facilitate the formation of complex quasicrystalline structures, offering deeper insights into the interplay between local constraints and global system behavior. Future investigations may also aim to engineer more complex finite abelian symmetries within TQCs. The potential to realize custom temporal patterns, such as quasicrystals exhibiting higher-order symmetries, could significantly expand the toolkit available for quantum system manipulation. This capability might open pathways for novel applications in quantum computing and information processing, where structured quantum states are paramount. As researchers continue to uncover the foundational principles of TQCs, the implications for quantum technology applications will be profound. The ability to manipulate time and symmetry in quantum systems could lead to innovative solutions for challenges in energy conservation, quantum coherence, and entropy management. Such advancements may not only reshape theoretical frameworks in physics, but also inform practical applications across various domains, including quantum communication and computation. What are your thoughts? Let me know what you think about this. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.